Hola Doros, Draven Owens Productions here, and today is the 25th anniversary of Dora the Explorer. And like other kids around that time, I remember watching the show as a kid on Noggin and Nick Jr., as well as its spin-off Go Diego Go, and revisiting the franchise and the show now as an adult. While it is one of my favorite shows growing up, I do take some of its issues of its slow pacing. This is something that Dora 2024 improved on. But still, I can never hate the show since it is one of those shows that I remember as a kid. Today, in honor of the 25th anniversary of Dora the Explorer, I am going to be doing a Dora the Explorer collection, focusing on the VHS and DVD releases, the compilation DVDs, and the Go Diego Go DVDs, as well as the only piece of merchandise that I own. Alright, with all that being said, let's get started, shall we? Let's start off with the only Dora the Explorer tape that I own, and that is Dora the Explorer to the Rescue, which was released around 2001. I remember watching this a number of times during the days of spending the night at Granny's house, and this ended up in my collection, and it is currently the only Dora tape that I own, because I never had Dora VHS tapes growing up until my middle to older kid years. So yeah, that's Dora the Explorer to the Rescue, my only tape. Now on to the Dora the Explorer DVDs, starting with Cowgirl Dora. I have this DVD since mid-2018 when I got it from Goodwill, and I remember watching it at least a good chunk of times. This DVD came out in 2003, and it contains Pinto the Pony Express, A Letter for Swiper, Choo Choo, and Hick Boom Oh. The Pinto episode is good, but I'm a freaking train fanatic, so I will have to go with Choo Choo. It doesn't have a case, unfortunately, like a couple of others, so I keep them in DVD cases. Now on to Dora the Explorer Pirate Adventure. This is my childhood copy of the video, and it is one of my favorites growing up. I remember watching it so many times to the point where it becomes unplayable when scratches started to show, but luckily, I was able to get a second copy years later around 2024 when I got it from Goodwill. This is what the cover looks like, pretty nostalgic if I do say so myself. And here is the disc itself, and of course, the advertisements for various Dora releases. Really like this one. It is definitely one of my favorites. Now on to Egg Hunt. This was released in a Dora Easter pack, along with Easter Adventure, which we'll get to later. This disc is gray, and if I had to guess, that came from the 2009 reissue. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Now on to Dora's Fairy Tale Adventure. I remember seeing this in various trailers, and I never had the opportunity to get it until May 2025, when I got it from Goodwill. I watched it a couple of months later, and I had a good time with it, and it is one of the best episodes of Season 4. So this is something that I would recommend. Now on to Dora the Explorer Catch the Stars, which came out around 2005. I got it around November of last year, and I have seen the Star Catcher episode a couple of times on the Dora's Greatest Adventures years ago before I got the DVD years later. But still, nice DVD to have regardless. Now on to It's a Party, and just like Fairy Tale Adventure, I also got it from Goodwill on May 1st, but I never actually got around of watching it. Maybe one day when I get the chance, but I'm happy to have it. Now on to Dora the Explorer Musical School Days, released in 2007. This DVD comes with Blue's Big Musical Movie in a double pack, which was released around 2013. This is one of my favorites growing up as well, but I grew up with Blue's Big Musical a lot more. Now on to Singing Sensation. I remember watching this DVD a good amount of times as a kid. I remember the songs that were featured, the menu on the DVD, as well as the music video down by the bay. I am glad that this is a DVD compilation and not a clip show. Now on to Dora Saves the Crystal Kingdom, which came out in 2009. I got this from Goodwill back in August of 2024 as well, and of course, I never got around of watching it. Aside from the amazing opening sequence, one of these days I will. I have been extremely busy lately. Now on to Let's Explore Dora's Greatest Adventures, which came out in 2010. which featured episodes from seasons 2, 3, and 4. I remember watching this so many times as a kid, as well as playing one of the special features, but of course it was scratched. I may replace it one day. Here's Dora's Enchanted Forest Adventures, which came out in 2011, which featured the trilogy itself from season 6. This was also another favorite as well. I remember playing it so many times to the point where the DVD got scratched and unplayable. Once again, I will have to find a replacement someday. This holds another place in my heart. Here's Dora's Easter Adventure, which came out on February 14th, 2012, featuring episodes from its 7th and 6th seasons. This is a DVD that I remember as a kid also, and it also came in the Easter gift pack. Fun fact, in international territories, this DVD contains the Magic Flute episode from Go Diego Go. I'm just mentioning it just in case if you were curious. Now on to Dora's Rescue in Mermaid Kingdom, which came out in 2012. I remember this episode so much as a kid, from the promos on Nick Jr. and the song Canta Canta Canta, which is a very catchy song on what I remember. This was also one of my favorites growing up, so I do have some nostalgic connection to this episode. Here's Dora's Great Roller Skate Adventure, which was released around 2013, featuring episodes from seasons 7 to 8, and this was the first Dora release to be presented in their 16:9 format. I also remember this special episode from the promos and the special episode itself, not to mention that the 2 songs that were featured in. They are so catchy to listen to. Definitely another favorite of mine. And that is my Dora collection. Now on to the spin-off of Dora the Explorer, Go Diego Go. Here is the Great Dinosaur Rescue. Not only the first Go Diego Go DVD release as well as its VHS counterpart, but also my only Go Diego Go DVD that I ever own until 2020. This DVD had a special place in my heart as well, because of the special features as well as the songs featured on here. My childhood copy is pretty scratched, but I will replace it one day. Next is The Great Jaguar Rescue, released on January 16, 2007 after its broadcast on Nickelodeon on January 15th. I got this DVD along with the Backyardigans Movers and Shakers at Goodwill on January 18th, 2020, and I gotta say, it is satisfying to get another Go Diego Go release after years and years of not having any releases from my childhood. I've watched it and it is pretty good. Pretty happy with this one. Now on to my latest Go Diego Go DVD, Underwater Mystery, which was released on March 20th, 2007, before the episode would air on Nickelodeon. I have watched it recently, and it is probably the best episode of Season 2 because they are rescuing Lucy, and Diego and Alicia are figuring out on what type of fish she is. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode yet, she's a whale shark. And that is my short DVD collection of Go Diego Go. Before we move on, I wanted to show you all the Go Diego Go cup. My family had this cup since God knows how long, and this is the cup that me and my brothers use to drink to this day. I also remember having the Extreme Launch and Rescue Pack toy that I used to have as a kid, until I don't remember where it is afterwards, until around 2024 or so, because Dad is getting rid of all of the stuff in the enclosed trailer, but of course I had to give it up and put that into the big dumpster. While I no longer have that Rescue Pack toy anymore, this cup managed to stay with us as long as it did. Now onto the Nick Jr Compilation DVDs that featured Dora and Diego episodes. All About Fall, released in 2008. I got the DVD from Goodwill in November 2024. This video features the Dora the Explorer episode, School Pet, along with the other Nick Jr. IPs. Really nice to have this since I have seen this in trailers. On to Animal Friends, released in 2009, and just like All About Fall, I also got this from Goodwill, and it's nice to have another one of these that I never know too much about. This features the Dora episode, ABC Animals, and the Go Diego Go episode, Diego and Alicia Saves the Otters. Let's move on to We Love Our Friends, released in January of 2010. This features the Dora episode, Best Friends, and the Diego episode, Sammy's Valentine. On to Happy Halloween, released in August of 2010. This features the Dora the Explorer episode, Boo. And I also remember this episode featured on Dora's Halloween when I borrowed it from my local library. Anyway, this also features the Diego episode, Freddy the Fruit Bat Saves Halloween. On to Let's Learn ABCs, which came out in January of 2013. This features the Dora episode, ABC Animals, and the Diego episode, Linda the Librarian. I used to have that cover, but since I have so many DVDs, the cases were thrown out and being put into my DVD cases. Except for one Let's Learn DVD. And speaking of which, here is Let's Learn 1-2-3s. I remember when I got this at my local Walmart back in 2014 or so, and I enjoy the content that was featured here. This features the Dora episode, Pepe's School Day Adventure, and the Go Diego Go episode, Three Little Condors. On to Once Upon a Rhyme, which was released around April 2013. This compilation DVD features the Dora episode, Dora Saves the Three Little Piggies. I don't remember watching a lot of this, except for that Little Blue Riding Hood episode from Blue's Room. And here is the last compilation DVD that I own, and that is Springtime Adventures, released in February of 2015. I remember getting this DVD at Best Buy, and I mostly enjoy the nature episode from Blue's Clues. Anyway, this DVD features the Dora episode, Tale of the Unicorn King, as part of the Enchanted Forest trilogy. And that, my dear viewers, is my Dora the Explorer and Go Diego Go collection. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And do you remember Dora the Explorer as well as Go Diego Go as kids? And do you think that they hold up all those years later? Let me know. Happy 25th anniversary to Dora the Explorer and happy 20th anniversary to Go Diego Go. This is Dre Edwards, signing off. Adios.